Once upon a time in the quaint little town of Whiskerville, where the sun seemed to shine a little brighter and the grass was always greener, there lived a group of cats that were as funny as they were furry. These weren't just any cats, they were known as the Punnet Paws Club. Their mission? To spread laughter and joy throughout Whiskerville with their humorous antics. At the heart of the club was a chubby orange tabby named Marmalade. Marmalade was not just any cat. He had a knack for puns that could make even the grumpiest of humans chuckle. His best friend, a sleek black cat named Shadow, was his perfect sidekick, always ready to assist in Marmalade's comedic schemes. Together, they often plotted hilarious pranks on the local dogs, much to the amusement of the neighborhood. One bright morning, while lounging on a sunbeam in the windowsill of their favorite cafe, The Perfect Brew, Marmalade struck a cheeky grin and said, "Shadow, how about we give those dogs a real laugh today? I think it's time for an up-dog joke." Shadow tilted his head, clearly confused. "What's up, dog?" he asked. "Not much, what's up with you?" chuckled Marmalade, unable to contain his laughter. Just then, Miss Whiskers, the elder Siamese cat, overheard them and chimed in. "Boys, if you're planning to prank the dogs, let me tell you about the time I convinced Duke the Bulldog that he was actually a cat. It involved a lot of knitting and a set of catnip mice." The younger cats listened in awe, dreaming up their own pranks inspired by Miss Whiskers' adventurous club past. Decided to put on a grand performance in the park to showcase their comedic talents. They called it Whiskers and Giggles. The entire feline community, along with their human friends, eagerly awaited the show. Marmalade and Shadow planned a series of skits, each more ridiculous than the last. As the day arrived, the cats gathered under a large oak tree, transforming it into their makeshift stage. The opening act was Marmalade dressed as a magician. With a top hat and a wand fashioned from a twig, he declared, "For my first trick, I shall make this mouse disappear." He reached under a blanket and pulled out a rather startled little goldfish instead. "Just kidding! Now that's what I call a fish out of water." The audience roared with laughter, and even the dogs couldn't help but bark in amusement. Next up was Shadow, who decided to test his impersonation skills. He donned a ridiculous wig and pretended to be a human. "Hello, fellow cats! I'm here to discuss the serious issues of catnip taxes and nap regulations." He wiggled his tail dramatically, and the crowd erupted in laughter. "As a cat, I firmly believe in the right to catnap whenever and wherever I please." But the highlight of the show came when Marmalade, with a mischievous glint in his eye, brought out a box labeled Cat Treats. "Now, ladies and gentle cats, I am about to perform a trick that may shock you," he announced. The audience leaned in closer, intrigued. Marmalade opened the box, and instead of cat treats, out popped a puppy dressed in a cat costume. "Surprise! It's a pup in disguise!" The audience couldn't contain themselves, and laughter filled the park. As the sun began to set, the show ended with a grand finale where all the cats joined together for a silly dance-off. They pranced and wiggled, twirled and leaped, creating a delightful spectacle that left everyone in stitches. The dogs, who had initially come to see what the cats were up to, ended up joining in, barking along with the beat. After the show, the community gathered around to congratulate the performers. Miss Whiskers, with a twinkle in her eye, noted, "You see, laughter truly is the best catnip of all." The cats and dogs united in a newfound camaraderie, proving that humor could bridge any divide. That evening, as the cats lounged atop the hill overlooking Whiskerville, Marmalade turned to Shadow and said, "Today was positively amazing." Shadow chuckled. "I think we've found our new calling, my friend. Who knew being funny could bring so many together?" From that day on, the Punnet Paws Club continued to entertain the town with their antics, proving that laughter, friendship, and a good pun could turn any ordinary day into an extraordinary one. Whiskerville was never the same, and neither were its residents. They had all learned the value of joy and humor, wrapped comfortably in the soft glow of friendship, one pun at a time. And so, once upon a time in the quaint little town of Whiskerville, where the sun seemed to shine a little brighter and the grass was always greener, there lived a group of cats that were as funny as they were furry. These weren't just any cats, they were known as the Punnet Paws Club. Their mission? To spread